Hey everybody, this is Sterling Koza here for JazzPianoSchool.com. Today's podcast we're tackling the Backdoor 2-5. Now this is a progression not like any normal 2-5. You'll find out why. Now as always you can check out free practice materials online at JazzPianoSchool.com/166. Here we go. Alright, so to understand this Backdoor 2-5, first we're going to venture outside of jazz theory land for a second. So we're going to go back to basics and look at some basic cadence types. Now what's the most common cadence type that we see everywhere all the time? That's our 5-1 cadence. Right, so we're going 5 and our leading tone goes up to 1. And the next most common one you'll see is the 4-1 cadence. Now this one happens a lot more in rock and roll and blues type music. You've heard of a 5-4-1 turnaround. That's when you get that sound 4-1. Sound familiar? Now, the 4-1 cadence classically is also known as a plagal cadence. And most often, you'll see that cadence go actually instead of major from minor 4-1. It's also known as the amen cadence, the big amen. Right? Now, this plagal cadence, jazz players took this minor 4-1 and guess what they did? But they put a 2-5-1 into it. So instead of just 4-1, they turned that minor chord into a minor 2 and added a 5 chord. Now, if F minor was our 2 chord, what key would we be in? Normally, we'd be in the key of E flat major. That's what we're used to hearing, right? Well, for this plagal cadence, our F minor is going to go from F to C. Quite a surprise there. So instead of resolving to E flat with our 2-5-1, we're instead going to go down to C major. Pretty good. Now, how did that work? How can you all of a sudden just change the resolution of your 2-5-1? Well, the key is in the leading tones. Remember earlier how I said G major goes down to C, 5-1. Well, if you look at my top note, I'm going from an F, which is the 7th of G, down to E, which is the 3rd of C, landing on a chord tone. Now, if we're looking at the leading tones of our Backdoor 2-5, ending on C major, you can actually see that I'm using F as my top note again, and it's also resolving to a chord tone, which is E. Now there's the secret. That's how it works. The F becomes my leading tone to take me back down to E. Now when I have people practice these 2-5s, you can practice different leading tones on top and make melodies. You'll hear that melody a lot. Let's try a different melody note. That time I went from A flat to chord tone G. Let's try one more. Let's try putting a C on top. My C went down to chord tone B natural. That just sounds good. Forget about the theory. That just sounds good to me. Now that we've talked about where the Backdoor 2/5 comes from and how it works, let's look at it in a few tunes. Now, a tune that you've probably played before, or at least heard before, that you may not have known had a Backdoor 2/5 in it, is this one. That tune is Lady Bird. If you followed our podcast, you might have seen me use this tune for some other topics. Now, did you catch the Backdoor 2/5? Here, I'll stop right after it. There's our Backdoor 2/5. F minor, B flat 7, C major 7. Let's check out another tune that it appears in. Another commonly played ballad is Misty, and this one has a Backdoor 2/5 in it also. There it was. So, in the key of E flat, quick pop quiz. What's our minor 4? It's A flat minor. Now if we turn that into our minor 2, we've got A flat minor 7, D flat 7, down to E flat major. Pretty cool, huh? So here's the melody. Minor. D flat going to E flat major. Now once you get your hands on these chords, the next thing you're going to want to do is practice improvising using Backdoor 2/5s. Now it can come in handy being able to navigate these chord changes in songs like Lady Bird and Misty. And piano players like Keith Jarrett actually use it as substitute chord changes for turnarounds. You can take a normal 2/5 and you can substitute a Backdoor 2/5. Now let's practice using that in the context of a tune. If we're doing Lady Bird, we've got F minor to B flat 7 to C. You can just loop that and practice that 2/5 a couple times. Now let's try it in the context of the tune. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So you can really hear where that Backdoor 2/5 comes in, and see if you can get used to using those leading tones to resolve in a way that makes sense melodically. All right, I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast. Good luck improvising over those Backdoor 2/5s. And don't forget to check out our Lick of the Week coming out every Monday on our YouTube channel. followed by podcasts every Wednesday, so subscribe to get that free content. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.